Hello guys, welcome back. As you can see, we are in a little bit of disarray here. We're just coming near to the end of our room refurbishment. So what we're going to do now, I thought we'd take this opportunity as I've gone over to putting in lights for our enclosures, and the main reason for this is because I want to do more bioactive setups, and plants need light. So here we are. This is what we're going to do now. So this is what we've done. I've got a simple white light here, which is going to give us obviously our white light, and then I've got these grow lights. Now this is what you get in your box. This is the grow light setup. Basically all you have here is a power lead, or sorry, a transformer. Then we have our power lead. Now because these are foreign, we get a different plug. And there we go, just like your kettle, this one. Perfectly safe. You hear a lot of people worrying and that, but the reviews are really good on these. So there we go, so that's for the coloured light. Now you do get a dimmer with these, but I've chosen not to use it. So save yourself some money and don't bother buying the one with a dimmer. Like a fool, I bought all of mine with dimmers, and not really that impressed with the dimmer. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, so we won't be using the dimmer. We also get some little tabs in here that we can, like cable tidies. And then, so obviously the main thing in the box is we have our lights. Now this is how it comes on a reel. All they do is they tuck that in there, and as you can see there, these are all your LEDs. Now with the plant grow light, it's blue and red, and that's the spectrum that our plants need to flourish. So that's that one. And then we have our white light, which is almost the same, slightly different little setup. Again, there's your dimmer, but we're not going to bother with that. We're not going to use it. You can do it, just plugs in. It's very simple. I just don't feel it's necessary for what I want to achieve through my lighting. You might find that you like it, which is all well and good. So here we are. So when we do this basically, this end goes into your plug socket, obviously, and this end straight into there, and that will light up our reel. So what we'll do is we'll put that one over there like so. This is our white light. As you can see, it's much smaller. And that's basically because there's a lot less going on with this one. This is a much thinner LED. As you can see the difference there. And put that one there as well. You see the difference is the plant grow one is much heavier, thicker, and this is the white light. Now these little notches here, this is where we can cut it to size, and we literally just cut it with scissors. I'll show you that in a second. So there you go. So what we're going to do, the first thing we need to work out is what do we need? A brush, because we need to just make sure that there's no dust on the thing that we're sticking it to. A pair of scissors and a small screwdriver just to do the tabs up at the end, and that is all you need. So what we're going to do, we're literally going to brush through there like so. That's him done. And now we're going to measure this out, because we don't want to cut it too short. So what we're going to do is, all my shelves are exactly the same size. So we're going to use the bottom shelf as a guide. And we're literally going to lay that on there because we want light right to the end. Put that out like so. I'm going to go through, it's all very simple stuff. Take this right to the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our nearest little snippet, and it is there. And as you can see, they are roughly 2 inches apart. Every 2 inches there's a cut area. So all we do is we snip that there. There you go, you've got a bit of spare left over for another little project maybe. And then what we're going to do, this is going to be stuck on the end if you don't get caught up. There we go. Now then, on the back of this is like a double-sided sticky tape. Not really designed for ham-fisted people like me. There we go. Now that is very, very tacky. So once you've made sure your area is dust-free, what we're going to do now, for our lights here, we want that right under there. Like so. And then that's all we do, is literally squeeze it on. Peel it back. And then we can literally just make sure that is stuck down. Put it through there. Nice and easy because we're just following the edge of the wood. It's not too difficult. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. As long as it's stuck down, that's what we're after. There we go. Now these are a very cost-effective way of lighting. I looked into all different types of LED lighting, and this appeared to be the most cost-effective that would actually give me the results that I require. Now you can buy standalone units and things like that. I've used those in the past, but for a room this size, it can work out very expensive, so we're having to look for a cost-effective way of achieving what we want to achieve. There we go, almost there. And when we get to the end, literally just peel that off. And it goes up under there like so. Right the way to the end. There you have it. So just make sure that that is firmly in place. Lovely. And then we do exactly the same for our secondary lighting. Now, if you've not got plants, you won't need this lighting. You can get away with purely the white lighting that we've just put up. So we just measure it out once again. Remember, don't overcomplicate this. Keep it nice and simple. I think we'll go to there. Same thing again, you've got your little gold markers. You see the sign there for the scissors. That's telling you where to cut. It's just like that. So that's that one. And we basically repeat the same procedure with this one. If I can get the ticky tape off. There we go. He says. Painful, isn't it? Right, there you go. Now this one is very, very sticky. What we do, same again, and we lay it just underneath the white one this time. So we're using the white one as our guide. Now this particular one, because it's a plant one, is actually almost rubberized, and it is, to all intents and purposes, waterproof. So if you get a little bit of water when you're spraying or whatever, it shouldn't affect it. Although the white light isn't waterproof. So just be aware, but if you're using it just to light your enclosures, it really shouldn't matter. If you're getting water up under there, you need to re-look at how you're watering. There we go. This one's through. Notice how simple this is. Almost there. Now these lights come in, I think it was, oh I forget now, 16 feet I think it is. Whereas my shelf here is 13 feet, hence the reason we cut the end off. And we're going to have these running throughout the room. And there we go. We're in again. So just make sure that everywhere is firmly fixed. Don't want it falling off. Right. And then what we do now at the end is we've got these little guys here. These are just like a sticky back adhesive tab. And you can see there, it's got an arm on it. And that is purely so that we can bring our cables down like so. And we can stick that like there. And one in there and one in there. This really, all this does is it takes some of the weight out of the cable. Make sure you're in there. There you go. That just tidies that up under there now, you see. And what we'll do now is we'll get our transformers. Now we know that the small one goes to the white light, which is this particular one here. So we'll take that down there. And we know the larger transformer goes to the plant light. And that one plugs in there like so. And then what we can do is we can put another tab here. And that's purely just to take the weight out of the cable. And I've lost my screw. Right. Alright, where's my screw? There we go. Luckily we have more. There we go. Again, we're just going to pop that in there like that. That in there like so. Go. So there we got that. Now all we need to do is plug them in. So what we'll do is we'll plug them into this one here. Make sure they work. There's one of them. And there's the other. And there you go. That is our fully installed lights. Very nice. And then what we can do now is we can drop our shelf back down to its original position. Push that back into there. Take it to the end of the wall. Making sure that we're not crushing it. Oh, that was better, David. Put it on the wrong side of the... Right, I'll sort that in a minute. Right then. And there you go. You can see now that you get a nice soft light. So if you imagine your tanks underneath there, that is something like how they will look. And it's a nice, cost-effective way of doing this. I think to do this whole shelf cost around about £28, I think. So not very expensive at all, really. And this is a 13-foot shelf, so that's 2 lots of lights, with transformers, everything else is under £30. So I think it's a really, really cool thing. And if you want to do your plants, you will need your red and your blue lights. And hopefully we should have some flourishing plants now. As you can see, very, very simple. Nice and easy. Anyone can do that. If I can do it, you can do it. It's real cool. Right then. I think that just about covers the lighting light. So we will look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spiders. I'll see you soon.